What's going on, savages? Welcome to another episode of the Savage Snowflake podcast. How are you, my beautiful little savages? Are you out there talking the good talk, fighting the good fight? I don't even know what that means. I'm living in a world of misery and frustration today. As you know, yesterday, Sunday, Game of Thrones final episode came out. I'm going to do an entire episode on it, I think, this week and release that on Thursday because I'm fucking livid. Like, beyond angry with what happened there. But that's another conversation. Today, we've got a wonderful guest who I'm going to introduce you to in a second. But first of all, I want to say thank you very much to all the new patrons. If you are supporting the podcast, or if you want to support this podcast, do me a favor. Go to patreon.com/Savage Snowflake. You can donate as little as $1 a month for all those almost 10 hours of entertainment that I upload every single month, 8 episodes, 2 a week. And also make sure you check out our fantastic sponsors. We've got Boundless Tech over here, the finest purveyors of vaping technology. If you like weed, if you like to smoke some resin, maybe some flower, maybe like a little distillate, whatever you're into, they've got the wonderful technology for you. I've got a CF710. I don't know why I did a very phallic symbol there. It's like a Chinese finger trap, but it's smokable. I've got the Terra as well. Those are my two favorite items. If you use code SAVAGE at Boundless Tech, that's BNDLStech.com, then you will get 25% off all of their wonderful items. Check them out. Make sure you buy something. Also check out manscaped.com over here. There we go. Boom. Manscaped.com. Refining the gentleman. If, like me, you are a true gentleman, but also a little bit hirsute and you want to trim that down, then get yourself a lawnmower 2.0. You can go to their website, manscaped.com. You can use code SAVAGE. You get 20% off all of their items. You'll get a free leather travel bag and you'll get free shipping. I'm also going to do a giveaway, I think, probably on that Game of Thrones episode because they sent me a whole load of merch and I want to give something back to you. Right, enough of that business. Let's go over to this wonderful camera. No, I prefer the confused furrowed brow you were pulling. My guest today is actress, writer, and stand-up comedian Scout Durwood. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks. This felt very... There you go. Exactly. And just looked pained. You honestly look like you were mildly constipated. When
that's my face. I don't know. That's my face.
Is that your concentrating face?
I guess. I don't know. I don't know what it's... I guess it's just me that I can't stop looking at in the monitor.
That it could be that. So
I
you were
can't
like confused
FaceTime.
About yourself. You were kind of like staring
and I was watching,
like
I was watching you and I was like, oh, that's nice. He's synced up his colors. God, I got to get my life together. I don't even decorate, you know.
That's because you're stir crazy right now because you've been sat inside writing.
I have been. I have like one room that makes me.
End.
Yeah. But I love it. And I love what, you know, you got to write. I am moving towards being the Shining in my life, just so we're clear.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
You know, like
I mistrust the government. I want to live in a van.
The government. I think even people who are in support of the current presidency probably still much mistrust their own governments, don't they?
I like listen to true crime or cult oriented podcasts when I can't take the news anymore.
Well, you said this while I was making tea. You said you're massively into cults.
Into cults. But I'm writing a thing about cults right now. So I get really immersive. But always when I immerse in something like yanks your attention and you're like, oh, now I'm in this. Like, now I'm in this.
Would you join a cult?
Yeah. On accident, I could see myself doing it.
Yeah? What would be the...
I could see myself founding a cult by accident.
Oh, founding a cult by accident. I can see myself...
I'm so particular.
Hundreds and thousands of people.
Yeah. And I'm always like, did you know that...
demise.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as I'm at the head
you know, no one uses straws now. It's like no plastic. I could have started that and then
turn
everything
it into a cult.
Oh, yeah.
The no straw cult.
Right, but I also I don't idle cars. I'm like idle car, idle heart.
Your cult, like the tenets of your cult, could be that you drink liquid, and then you feed it like a bird to your cult members. Mm-hmm. So you the only liquid they can ever imbibe can't be through straw. It has to be through.
I think I would try
the mouth of the leader.
That'd be that'd be a full-time job to get because I'm so into hydration. But I would for sure found a cult and I'd be like, it's not a cult. We're just saving the world. It's just an alternative government. Our government's so fucked up. And then
one bird feed at a time.
Yeah. And then eventually it would be like, oh no, we're in a cult.
You could speed up process. You could have a colonic and then you could feed lots of people at once. But it would be, I feel like...
would anybody join that? Are you guys... Anybody?
Yeah. Have you not seen Berlin? Like Berlin, the city.
The city.
There's definitely people there who would actively join a cult where people sprayed colonic liquid into their open mouths.
Do I want them in my cult?
I mean, you don't get to pick and choose when you're a cult leader.
I know.
You have to kind of accept whoever blindly follows the faith, right?
One cult leader started murdering. He murdered a whole family in his cult just because he didn't like them. He's like, got a message from God. You have to murder them.
Who is this?
I can't remember his name. It's a cult it was the rural Midwest and it wasn't that big. And then they went into the woods. I'll think of it. I mean, all their names are I'm just going to spoiler alert. It's mostly white men who started.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some like
because we have the tenacity.
some Eastern culture will do it too.
We
Like,
got the organizational skills.
it's narcissism.
Narcissism. Yeah. We already think we should rule the earth. So
Yeah.
it's like, well, I should rule at
Rule
least my local community in some way, shape, or form.
So you should. This could be your cult.
Have you seen the This is a cult. We are a cult. Well, I don't know. I can't really do that because Chris D'Elia does that on his podcast.
Oh, they're cults.
He goes, "This is a cult we're building. Yeah, babies." He calls them babies.
Oh,
They're his babies.
what do I call my cult people?
Mine are called savages. 'Cause
That's
they're
nice.
savage snowflakes. Yeah. What would yours be?
Ooh,
Fucking Durwoods.
Oh.
Durwoods.
maybe I say poodles and pussy.
Scouting party.
Scout. Yeah.
Could be your scouting
Scouts.
party.
They'd be my scouts.
They'd be the scouts. Yeah.
Duh.
And that'd be the secret. Dib dib dib. Dub dub dub. You'd like know that. Oh, okay.
Guys, follow me on my podcast, the Scout Cult, and it's starting.
Scouts, the Scouts,
Our
the
Patreon
Scout
will be
Cult.
up by the end of the day. Our sponsors are Baby Bird Colonic Food Water.
Girl Scouts cookies.
Maybe I'll
Obviously.
start a cult. Okay,
I would absolutely. I got told about a cult recently, and also, cults have been a thing lately because obviously we live around the corner from the celebrity center of Scientology,
Terrifying.
which is a cult.
Oh,
Like
but not
100%.
even like a cult. It's a full cult.
It's a full cult, but then if you say you're a religion, you get all those tax benefits, and you can get away with it. That's the reason
Most
for
cults
it.
say they're religions.
Yeah. No, but that's literally the reason why.
Oh yeah, I know
So
that.
then they get all those tax breaks. They don't have to pay. It's crazy. But they're a cult. And then also I watched, Documentary Now. Have you ever seen? You've seen the TV. So
I know
those
what
who
it is, I haven't
haven't,
watched it.
listeners and viewers who haven't, it's Bill Hader and goodness, who's the chap?
Isn't
from,
Owen Wilson in it?
He might appear in one of the episodes. In fact, the one about
he's on
the
the
cult,
billboard.
the one you're talking about the cult episode, he plays the cultist leader, who's like a patsy. So basically, what they do is they'll take famous documentaries throughout history, and then they remake them like a spoof version of them, a parody version.
That's fun.
But they stay very true to how the original thing was shot, the style, the direction, the cuts, the edits, even some of the dialogue is so close to the original documentary.
But it's documentary like Talking Heads, not like reenact.
Exactly, talking heads and some kind of transient scenes, of people like out and about doing things, sometimes with narration. But they basically just remake a cult classic documentary, but that was ludicrous. So there was one about this cult in wherever the fuck it was, in the middle of nowhere, and this cult that built up. And they remade it, but then they made the cult Shit Valley or something, or Up Shit Creek or something.
I wonder which one.
It's called something Creek or something. I don't know. But anyway.
I'll watch.
It's really worth a watch.
I've just seen the billboards.
Fred Armisen, that's it. Bill Hader, Fred Armisen
sure.
are the two guys who
That
I think
makes sense.
write it, and they always appear as a character in it, all of them.
That's great.
It's so fucking funny. But I've been thinking about it, and like, isn't any kind of... Well, maybe I just got to look up the dictionary definition, but I was going to say, isn't any kind of... Yeah, is it as soon as you get like an army of fans... Look, Game of Thrones, you don't watch it, I watch it, I'm part of that cult to some extent. I'm like upset and angry and livid about a fabricated, fantastical TV show.
I've never thought about what defines a cult. In my head, knowing what I know, I would say it's not a cult unless I don't know how to define it. But one of the defining characteristics of a cult is that they
get to fuck the cult members.
Yeah, well, that depends. Not in Heaven's Gate. They were celibate. Arguably my favorite cult.
Wait, who's
Heaven's Gate? It was mass suicide. I
don't know why I'm smiling.
90s.
It's because I like the idea that you have a top 5 cults of all time.
Yeah.
You're like,
Number one. Snowflake.
Heaven's Gate.
I love Heaven's Gate. They were celibate.
They were celibate. Oh,
9 of the male
all
members.
of them?
Yeah, 9 of the male members struggled with it so much they asked to be castrated. So,
oh, they did it?
They did it.
Yeah, I don't like that cult.
I'm in it.
You like that cult?
Oh, yeah.
Well, of course you do, because all the men are getting castrated. That's
great.
Like...
Bye. Yeah,
You're like, perfect.
I can't. Great, better for me.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my new cult. Hey, Scouts, get those scissors out.
Well, you could have a girl-only cult, couldn't
Yeah,
you?
but I think it's a cult is when if you limit information, like because. Like you watch Game of Thrones, but Game of Thrones isn't like, hey, you have to watch this. And people are going to tell you not to watch this, and they're wrong. Do you know what I mean? They're not controlling the information you get about Game of Thrones.
Okay,
well,
yes,
they are
yes.
through advertising. But usually in cults, at some point, they're like, hey, people are going to tell you we're wrong, and they're wrong. Like, you have
Isn't
to
that literally what's happened this season, I think? Because
I don't know.
The producers have basically gone, hey, we're going to direct, write, and produce the last 3 episodes.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. The producers decided to write, direct, and produce the last 3 episodes. And the scripts went from these wonderfully verbose developments of character and storylines to about 12 lines per episode and just big, spectacular scenes with shots that linger for 25 seconds longer than they had to.
I tried to watch, so I watched half of an episode in the beginning, and I was like, not for me. I've watched one episode for Game of Thrones, and then my friend was rewatching it, and I was like, the last season, I was like, what am I missing? And that was exactly my thought, I was like, not a lot of talky in this.
Does it feel like you're reliving your Game of Thrones episodes now, but with like Jonathan Van Ness is just like butched
without
up?
bangs?
Yeah, I just got like.
I would accept you as a butch Jonathan Van Ness. That's what you should do for Halloween. Just put extensions in your hair and mustache.
And just wear like pony heels.
You so
and a fucking skirt. Yeah,
that'd be a really great costume for you.
Yeah, I'd have to get like a handlebar.
You can get that. I don't know what you glue it to because it's like you could.
I can add a bit. I can grow one out.
There you go.
Just start in September.
Facial hair is just a great.
There you go. I can do that. I can do it.
I can, but it'd be so small.
You can grow a little.
I could get like 4 wispy.
Yeah, but if you like wax them together and you darken them stars.
Oh man, I'd really have to try.
That's super. That's the next level
feminism.
Of third wave feminism, I think. To go like, I'm gonna actually darken my mustache.
I've thought about some sort of decorative like glitter mustache as like a accessory. Like because I think facial hair is so fun.
Yeah.
And I never get to be in the cult of facial hair, if you will. So I was like, I wonder if there's
when you get old, you're gonna start getting a few. I
have them now. I have a scar on my chin, which is it's total tweeze place.
Yeah.
But my secret is I leave tweezers in my car, and if I'm stuck in traffic, I will tweeze.
Have you ever grown your underarm hair out?
I do not shave.
Yeah, you
my
keep
arms
it long.
around.
Yeah.
But I also am not the hairiest person. I shave when I work. Like if they're like if it's not my revolution.
There's going to be an underarm shot.
But I just did a thing, and I was like, hey, I don't shave, so let me know if you're going to see my legs, and I'll shave them. But if I don't have to, I won't.
Okay.
And I didn't. Yeah.
You didn't shave, and they saw them.
You didn't see them. They were like, oh, whatever. We'll figure out when we get there.
It's such an interesting thing, isn't it? Because I am fully in agreement that whatever you want to do with your body should you fucking do it. I don't care.
Oh yeah. I mean,
whether you got hairy legs or smooth legs doesn't
Right.
make a fucking difference to
Well,
me.
right. And
But-
even if it did, I don't get to be like,
But as an actress,
no mustaches.
you
Right.
portray both. You've portrayed characters of all sexualities, and so it's and decisions like you different kind of characters. You're not always going to play.
It is a bold choice.
Strong feminist, lesbian.
Right.
You're going to sometimes play a straight chick and a thing who maybe would
Right.
shave her legs, and saying,
Yeah.
oh well. That I feel like that could very easily become a big topic of debate for social media.
Totally weird. And I've seen photos of me like when I
Actress
sing, I've like
forced to shave.
no. There's a few actresses who don't shave their armpits a lot, and it's kind of like an ongoing joke with the press. Like they'll like catch up, but it is a big statement. But more and more people in my world, not even just the lesbian world or the queer world even, but I feel like a lot of women are opting out of shaving. I had this moment where I was like,
Do you?
yeah. Yeah.
I think there was just as many women who, don't want to shave hair off their bodies as there always has been. It's just now there's a way to share that image, and it's been okay to share that image.
I feel like recently it's been, and even like bikini line stuff is not. People are way less like full Brazilian. I think because I think people were just like what. And for me, I was like, there's so much of womanhood that's about being a baby girl. Like you have a high voice, you don't age.
That's not about being a woman.
It's about being a baby.
That's about being a baby, and that's because of certain demographic of men who infantize women.
Totally, but it's. I think not you.
Real men, yeah. Like the idea, I don't
want to have
sex.
I don't find that. Yeah, right.
I don't want to fuck a child. I want to.
So
fuck
that
a
was
woman.
when I. Thank you so much.
But
That's when I
having said
stopped
that,
shaving my legs.
I'll be honest. Look, I fucking trim my underarm hair right down.
Oh wow!
And I do that because of hygiene. It smells cleaner, fresher, longer. I can work out without retaining fat. You have barely any hair.
Right.
Yeah. You
and
look
so that's like my
that
cheat.
That looks like stage 3 cancer chemotherapy underarm hair.
Right. That's like my cheat is I'm like, be brave.
You got chemo armpit. Look at me. I'm a survivor.
Yeah. Sometimes there'll be like patches will grow in thicker. I don't know why. I shaved them for the thing so it kind of like didn't grow back because I hadn't shaved in, I don't know, a long time. So, but I was like, I'm
so
not
impressed.
a baby.
I'm actually, if I had to have pictured how much underarm hair you had, I would have thought, well, if she's let it grow out for years.
It can be long. You just can't. And this one has more. I don't know why. I know now because I've This armpit has
That's
more
like
hair.
nothing. It looks like nothing.
Now I'm worried you can
See, that
the
doesn't
video, but-
disgust me. It's so interesting,
Well, it
isn't it?
shouldn't disgust it. I mean, eventually,
No,
I
it's
feel like you
natural.
got to lead the revolution. You know, we're just doing it.
But I'm not going to lie.
Gotta
I
lead the
do like a
revolution.
smooth armpit. But then I also like a woman to have a little bit of hair
Sure.
downstairs, so I know she's a woman, not
Sure.
a child. You
Agreed.
know, like that's
Also-
the thing I'm into.
Also, it's an open ecosystem.
Yeah.
Like, it's there for, I'm not going to shave my eyebrows because they'll get stuff in my eyes.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? Yeah. But to each their own. I don't judge anybody.
But if you did shave your eyebrows, you could start drawing them on and become like a chola.
Yeah. I did. Well, I do tweeze my eyebrow. Kind of. I was over tweezing. I didn't know.
Yeah, it's interesting because you're actually incredibly aesthetically. You've always been, and we've known each other now.
Long time, but
But
we
very
take gaps.
sporadically. Yeah. Don't see each other for a year, and then it's like, hey, let's hang out.
LA.
LA.
Let's make plans.
But we met at Edinburgh Fringe Festival. Maybe 7. Was it like longer than that? Longer than that?
Yeah, I think I was there in 2010.
Fucking hell, 9 years ago. Okay, so it was 9 years ago. And I remember because I was single then, I wasn't with the girl that I ended up with for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
And I fell madly in love with you. Do you remember at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival?
Right. And those were my burlesque cabaret days. So though I still probably didn't shave my legs or anything, I wore a ton of makeup all the time. I wore like glitter and stuff.
But I didn't know. That's not why I found you attractive though back then. I just thought it was your
Thought it was the
person.
eyeliner.
It was who you were.
Guess my makeup was medium.
No. Well, you didn't. I don't remember you with loads of makeup or anything like that. What I remember you as is
I
just
wore like
like
full eye makeup all the time.
exactly what you are now.
But
Which is
always
a very
weird.
beautiful woman who's very
you very
intriguing
much.
and interesting. But and I remember I was a little bit heartbroken because you were like, just
Yeah, I
not,
can't.
Not really. Sorry, dudes. I
Sorry.
like you're a nice guy, but I just not into the guy part.
Yeah.
Which is great because it ended up forming a friendship that has lasted at least. You know,
Yeah, we
however
didn't-
sporadically.
Didn't burn out. Yeah.
Yeah, which is great. But but you've always
Oh, I'm a
been
lesbian.
From
I'm sorry.
just loves pussy, loves it,
Love it.
love it. Can't get enough
Sign
of
me
it.
up.
Me too.
Yeah, sure.
But here's the deal: is that you've always been incredibly. Like, I think you are a lovely walking juxtaposition because you've always been incredibly well groomed, maintained. You always look very classy, very sexy, very well dressed, very nice. So you always just a tiny little bit of makeup that just really accentuates your best features. No. You look great. I'm
That's
sure
what I'm
everyone
on
who's
now.
watching this is going to go,
I did
"What?"
put makeup on.
Bear in mind, this is on camera. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, you'll already have decided that Scout is an absolute smoke show. She's also a hilarious human being. So there's lots of things about you that are very
It's a
attractive.
prison.
But I wouldn't have noticed. I don't know. But it's interesting because then also the statement of underarm hair I think is very much like, hey, hi. I'm saying
Yeah.
like I don't conform to your ideals of what is sexy, and then yet lots of
Right.
what you are.
It's
is
a total. I'll
yeah.
say the only when I get self-esteem knocky, it's when I'm like want to be pretty or have to go like anything that's like red carpety or step and repeaty because
Sure.
one of the problems I think with beauty and womanhood is there's like a perception there's a right way to do it. So like for example, if I like people will give me notes on the way I look and I'm like I didn't ask and I'm not really trying and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
thank you
yeah.
so much. So it is it's a very like I feel lucky.
What do you mean by
Life's
notes?
easy for me.
Is this like just
Oh, everybody has opinions on the way I look.
Okay.
I have this in my stand-up where it's just anybody will walk up to me and be like people will be like, oh, you really shouldn't reject your own beauty. You've got to, because I don't like wear tight pants, whatever. Like I'm as a human like very sweatpantsy.
Yeah.
I didn't always used to be. I was always like in leotards in New York, and then I didn't own jeans.
yeah.
And now I own jeans, but these are from set, so I stole them. And then they gave them to me, so I didn't buy them. Try not to buy anything new. I don't buy anything new.
Yeah, me neither. I used to have this. I literally have 2 pairs. I bought these pair of jeans in Vegas recently because my other
Good
pair
jeans.
of jeans. Thank you. My other pair of jeans, though, I've replaced the crotch.
Yeah,
I've had to get the crotch
yeah.
replaced 4 times. And the little old Asian lady at the corner of the laundromat, who I take it to get it done. Last time I went in, she just laughed at me. She was like, she goes, "Why you not buy new jeans?
Jeans are really bad for the environment.
You're so tight."
Did
like
you-
with money, yeah, you're so tight with money.
Oh.
And something like that. I was like, all right. I mean,
I don't buy anything new because of the environment.
talking me out
I
of
buy
getting a new
everything
business.
vintage or secondhand.
all right, yeah.
Everything, I think. It's underwear I don't, but my underwear's like made of bamboo.
I'm with you about costumes. Like, it doesn't matter. Like,
Right.
the fucking clothing doesn't matter too much. Does that mean that you don't like getting compliments on the way that you look, or is it more?
It makes me
occasional-
uncomfortable if I dress up too femmy. Like if I would to wear, say, jeans and a heel. People who know my name won't make eye contact with me. They'll like group me with these pretty. insane. I went to a fundraiser, right? Yeah. And like there was like celebrity people there, but we all knew it, and my now ex-girlfriend was like, what's going on? No one's like looking at you. Like he just didn't talk to you at all, but he said hi to me. And I was like, right, I overshot. I dressed up too much. And now they think of me as like one of the pretty girls who are meant to be seen and not spoken to. It is. And then the other thing that's really hard is when I get up on stage, I have to play a little bit of defense first and like walk you through like, hey, I'm a woman, I'm a lesbian, let's check in about it. Some of you guys think I'm pretty, some of you guys think that bitch thinks she's pretty. Like not every set, but it's a lot. There's just a lot of conversation.
I have to immediately off the bat have to self-deprecate.
I'm British.
I have to self-deprecate.
But you're hunky too, so I feel like deal with some of it.
Thanks.
No, but you know what I mean. It's like you don't ask for it, it just happens. But I love the way I look, and I don't have a lot of notes, and that's nice.
Well, I think people giving you notes, unless you've asked a close friend, going, "Hey, do you think my hair looks nice this way, or is this dress a bit too much, or whatever the fuck you're asking a friend."
Oh.
A friend is different. Like I would ask my friends for advice, or my girlfriend. I'll be like, hey,
right.
look, does this shirt look good, or whatever.
Fine.
But I do like a compliment. If someone comes up and goes, "Hey man, you look really nice tonight. I really like your outfit. It's really well put together."
I don't anymore.
I like that. I go, "Oh, that's really sweet."
Because men will be like,
"Hey,
you look like this." Just you're always like, "What are you trying to prove?" Like if this happened to be once at the improv. This guy was like, "Hey, great set. I'd love to get together sometime and talk about whatever." And I was like, "Okay, well, if you just saw my set, you know that I'm a lesbian.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming this is about comedy. If it's not, no, I'm a lesbian." And he's like, "Oh, never mind," and like walked away. Like I feel very. Complimenting me on the way I look is a nice way of like for me. I don't know what your motivation is.
Okay.
Someone's
what about
like,
when
you
a friend
look great.
pays you a compliment?
Fine, but it doesn't. I don't feel. It's not what I'm. I don't feel proud of. And then I don't feel proud of the way I look, but it's not like the thing I work on.
I'm trying to James Charles
I try to like
you.
say
I'm just
between.
trying to James Charles you.
What is
I'm
that?
like paying you enough compliments that I'm hoping you can completely change your sexuality.
No,
based on one compliment.
Can't ever. In this political climate, I could never.
I'm joking.
Like
I'm not. I'm clearly not. I just think it's nice. I think it's nice to pay. I've started to do it a lot more. For instance, I do it in 3 different fashions. Like with my girl, with someone that I am intimately involved with, I pay I make sure every time I see her, or what I made the decision I actually made. It's not like the first time I see her, but every time I'm with her,
good hair. If
I ever think exactly, but when I think a kind, sexual, cute thought about her, I always verbalize it.
That's nice.
So I'll be letting her in the car or something, and she'll sit in there, and I'll just go, you know what, you look fucking gorgeous. Like your outfit looks amazing, baby. You look so well put together, and I'm so happy that
That's nice.
I'm with you. So that's one thing, and of course there's part of it is just being fucking nice to someone you care about. And then with friends like you, especially someone who's a lesbian, and I'm there's no like sexual chemistry, but there's a chemistry of personality that whenever I get to hang out with you, I like that, and I like who you are. And I think that you deserve.
But I don't think
compliments.
who I am is the way I look.
No, it's not. But it's
because
one
the way I look and like my sexuality in relation to men is really charged. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like. I have a ton of conversations about like, oh well, since we can't sleep together because you're a lesbian, and you want to be like, there's so much more to me than whether or not we can sleep together. For me, like,
but it's the same when a gay guy pays me a compliment. I know
I'm
never gonna follow
that
through
happens
with
less
him
rarely
because
than a straight man.
You don't know how many kind gay people.
How many?
Yeah. I know a lot of kind gay men who compliment.
How much time you're doing at the Abbey?
That's the only compliments I get on Instagram anymore. Is just gay guys sending me DMs, just like, "Hey, Zaddy, I like your fucking I like your shirt off."
I don't like when I met my friend's dad, who's like an old-fashioned dude and a sweetheart. Yeah. She was like, "Hey, do not mention anything about the way Scout looks." She just like
to him.
She's like, "She's beautiful. Don't worry about it. Do not tell her she looks great, that she's fit, that she's..."
Why? That's a nice
I don't
thing.
like it.
You don't like getting those
compliments? Because like I've had like uncles accidentally hit on me because they like don't... It is impossible to be invisible as a woman. And sometimes you're like, just leave me alone.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Because it is so often charged. Like...
I wonder whether...
Like if the first time we met, you were like, "You're so beautiful."
I think I might have said that the first time we met.
Right, but it wouldn't have registered as a compliment. It would have registered as like okay, keep him far enough away that he can't hurt you if he wants to.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not that I thought you were going to like pull me into an alley, but like, you're like, this guy may or may not have actual interest in who I am as a person. Because if someone sees you as a pretty thing, sometimes they just want to like collect and then go away.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
Disposable.
And also, I don't know your personal experience because I've not lived your life. So I don't know how many times those interactions from men towards you, paying you a compliment, are solely based around sexual intent.
Right.
However, again, playing devil's advocate, like I compliment my male friends on how good they look. Like, I compliment people that I care about the things that look good.
Yeah.
In anything. So it might be your comedy, that set was killer.
Right.
Or you walked in today, I haven't seen you for months. And I'm like, wow, you look great. Like, you just look really good.
And that didn't bother me at all. None of the things bothered me. Yeah. The best advice I heard was Larry Mantle.
That underarm hair, super dope.
I'll braid it.
Yeah.
Get
some Jamaican beads on it.
Oh my God, I got a Daryl Hannah on my pits.
Yeah.
You can compliment a woman physically in the same way you'd compliment a man physically.
Yeah.
So if you wouldn't say to a man, like, your ass looks great in those jeans, don't say it to a woman. Unless you have that.
I mean, I've never said to a woman, unless we're already sexually involved, your ass looks good in those jeans.
But or like at a workplace, it's like,
I've never
like you
said,
maybe say if you lost weight to any. Well, I'm not saying you. I'm saying in general, because I'm not saying like militantly. Like if you're looking at me, you're wrong. If you think I'm pretty, go fuck yourself. That's
the border that I think is.
Right.
I wonder whether because you're a lesbian woman, that the compliment from a man, you will always perceive it some level, even if it's just subconsciously.
What do you want?
Exactly. What do you want from me? And I know I'm not going to give it to you.
Right.
So
and then I lose.
Whereas if it's a straight girl, maybe she's more welcoming of that kind of a compliment from a man. Sure. If it's polite. Sure. Like, you don't. If a guy just goes, "Hey, sweet tits, hey, look at that nice ass," of course, that's a different fucking thing. But if a guy just goes, "Wow, you look stunning. Like, you look really beautiful," and like, can I just say your hair, you look incredible today.
Well, maybe it's because you have a British accent. But that felt nice. That felt nice. I don't want to. I'm not the parent of. This is why I'm starting a cult. I don't want to parent the world. I don't want to be like, "Don't do that. Don't do that. That's wrong.
Find
that's
people
offensive."
Who are like-minded who can come together on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so male comedians can be really. Yeah.
Do you have a difference in the reaction to compliments about your comedy from different people as well? Does it mean more from certain people, or does it?
Funny people.
Yeah. That's true.
No, I feel way less charged about my comedy. If I used to have a song called Skinny Mini that was like a parody of rap songs about like how everybody wants like a fat ass, and I was like, I've got a big clavicle. And people would come up to me after a show. One guy came up to me after a big festival show at like Moon Tower or something.
Yeah. And
it was like, "Hey, you should be more humble in your set. Everything was funny, but your opening was not very humble." And I was like, "Okay."
Wow.
Thanks.
Thanks for the feedback.
I don't know you. Mm-hmm.
It's hard, isn't it? I think that
But even in my introduction as a comedian, I get introduced as beautiful and a lesbian more often than funny and talented.
You get as beautiful and...
This next comedian's so beautiful. You guys ready for a woman? Watch out, guys. She's a lesbian. Oh, yeah. Beautiful female lesbian are my three biggest credits.
Where are you performing? Well, actually, you know what, though? Can I say this?
Planned Parenthoods.
Yeah, Planned Parenthoods. Just hang outside.
I would perform. I would do residency.
Me too. I'd love to do. Actually, a friend of mine, Adam Hunter, pitched a TV series called like oh goodness, what was it called? Like
call it Escorts, and it's about walking women into Planned Parenthood. If you take that idea.
I like that. Do it. Run with it. Go out there.
Go.
Do it. Make it happen. No, it was not pop up, but almost like a kamikaze comedy. The idea is that you just start doing comedy in a fucking space that isn't normally for comedy.
Sure.
So a laundromat. You just walk in and put down a little speaker and just go, "Hey, what's up, guys? Well, nice to see you in," and just start doing some comedy.
Ooh, people would hate that.
Yeah. And the one that they were suggesting I could potentially do when he pitched the show was me going into Planned Parenthood and doing jokes, or going into like an STD clinic, an STI clinic, which I think STI clinic would be a lot more funny than Planned Parenthood. I think that'd be pretty fucking insensitive.
But Planned Parenthood, they're not like it. They do.
Well, first of all, I think the legality of being able to get that signed off and get the release form would be impossible. Also, a woman who's contemplating having an abortion or something like that, sitting in a waiting room.
Just the gynecologist in general.
Yeah, exactly. I'm about to have my vagina explored by a stranger for the most part.
Yeah.
Please don't try and make me laugh right now.
I love my gynecologist now, though.
Oh, yeah?
You could do it at my gynecologist's office.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's the best.
Does she compliment you? Does she ever go, "Hey, this looks really great"?
No, but I have had a gynecologist compliment.
How dare you compliment my pussy?
No, I felt great. It was in college. My college gynecologist complimented me. Not like a big health, you know what I mean? Everything looked really great, healthy. I don't remember. She used an adjective that I just remember being so flattered by, and I was like, Thank you.
It's a weird time to get. So you don't mind a compliment.
But I didn't
if
go
it's
because I was like terrified. I
coming
went
from
because you go.
Specialist of that thing.
Sure.
So for instance, if you get off stage and a comedian that you respect and admire, someone that you have performed with that you think is good, comes up and goes, "Scout, that was a great set. I love that bit." And hey, would you mind if I had a tagline?
Great.
Yeah, you want to hear it? Yeah, cool. Blah blah blah. That's cool. Gynecologist coming out just being like, "Oh my god, that thing is amazing.
Any doctor.
This is the cleanest vagina I've ever seen in my entire life. This pussy is 10 out. She high fives the vagina. Just high fives it.
First of all, I would leave.
Fist bump?
I'd get up and leave.
What's that like?
One of my friend's doctor just said something totally uncomfortable to her. Oh, she dates women, and he said something to her about it, and it made her so. I don't remember what it was. I don't remember. I've had a gynecologist be like, "Do we even want to test you for HIV?" And I was like, "I mean, if we're down there."
Yeah. Why not?
I can't really contract.
Let's get the full gamut. I think
I can't. I mean, it's very hard.
I wonder what it'd be like because it's hard enough when men have to go and get hemorrhoid checks and things like that, and prostate cancer after a period of time.
But that's what I'm saying. Would you feel if your prostate proctologist? Rosebuds.
Is she? Yeah, he's at Rosebuds. Look at this little puckered rosebud. That's,
yes.
You know what? I only had to use half a finger. It was so easy to get in there. That was very, very loose.
Would you feel?
Yeah. How did that feel for you? How was that for you? Just whispers in your ear. How was it for you?
Yeah, or just thank you.